Welcome to another virtual improv show with the LA Connection players. Today it's the Sunday 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time team. So if you wanted to follow this team, you go to our YouTube channel, LAC Comedy on YouTube. Click on the playlist, click on 11 a.m. Sunday, and you can see all their shows going back a year. And if you want to see more shows, just go to all the videos. We have about 300 up there now, and you can just look at all the Sunday 11 a.m. Usually the playlist goes back about 1 year. I'm Ken Sco, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. We got a great improv show for you today. Let's introduce our cast. Starting with Sarah. It's her first show with us.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Miss Rap, Sarah. Don't do a whole lot of teaching these days, but you know, you guys might learn something.
And Matt.
Hello. Good to be here.
Robert.
Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Good morning.
Emily.
Hello, it's nice to be here.
And Naya.
Hey, y'all.
Okay, we're going to jump into the first game. It's called Reality House. It's a takeoff of like Big Brother or Real World, where they all live in the same house. I'm going to give them each one of their archetypes. I'll put it next to their name. And then we're going to go around and find out what's been happening in the house. I dropped them off there 30 days ago, and now it's 30 days later, and we're going to find out what's been happening in this house in the last 30 days. So Sarah's going to be flirtatious. So go ahead and put flirt next to your name. Matt is going to be macho. Okay. Robert is going to be accident prone. Emily is going to be gossipy. And Naya is going to be a germaphobe. Okay, so go ahead and put all that next to your names. Okay, so guys, our producers decided to come back out and see how you're doing 30 days later. I'm going to start with Emily. She's the gossip of the house. So Emily, what's been going on in the house in the last 30 days?
Seems that almost everybody's getting along. I witnessed a few cat fights here and there, but nothing too serious, luckily. And we have a great, interesting size amount of people in this room. Little tip: do not bring up the hair incident. A lot of honey involved.
Oh. Well, I understand that Robert walked into Naya's room and fell over her nightstand, then she sprayed him down.
Oh, yeah. That was a scene to be witnessed.
Yeah, so Naya's got this germ thing going on. She won't touch anybody. She tends to stay in her room and makes sure everyone takes their shoes off and then sprays their feet down.
Yes. She sprays almost everything down every time something touches that she doesn't want to be touched by.
Okay. So let's go to Naya. So Naya, obviously, I'm not sure exactly why you're so afraid of germs. Oh my God, she's going to spray me down now, I think. What is, it's okay.
Sorry, I don't want to touch that screen. They all have their gooey fingers all over it.
Right, right. And so is that true that Robert came into your room and fell over your nightstand and then you sprayed him down?
Yes, indeed. He falls a lot into mud, puddles a lot, and into a lot of things. He fell into the refrigerator once, and all the food splattered all over him. So I don't want all of that everywhere I touch and actually use things from. So, yeah, I did do that.
Well, I think you've gone a little far. I mean, like Sarah with Matt, and they were starting to kind of hug and stuff, and you went in and started spraying them down as soon as they started hugging?
Okay. That's because, I mean, Matt just won't stop using the workout equipment, and so he's very sweaty, and germs like to reside in sweat. There's lots of germs in our sweat. And Sarah sprays herself with so much perfume. Do you know how many chemicals and acid is in perfume? They could get each other so sick that then they could get me sick, and I don't want to be sick.
Wow, wow. Okay, well, I mean, you go into people's rooms when they're not there and spray down their pillows and stuff. I mean, you're getting a little weird, aren't you?
No, they drool on those pillows, and guess who has to do the laundry?
You.
I don't
Okay.
want to touch their drool. Thank you.
Okay. All right. What are you doing to your hair right now?
My hair?
Yeah, I mean, there's germs in your hair. Are you spraying your hair down before you touch it?
Oh no, trust me, I take a shower every 2 to 3 hours.
What? Well, I hope you don't
I
move to
take a shower
California
every
because we don't have
2 to
enough
3
water
hours.
out here. You're probably one of the reasons there's a drought in California.
Well, you know, I live in a house with like 4 other people who don't wash themselves at all. Literally, Matt has not used the shower in forever.
Okay, well, let's
I'm
go to Rob.
serious.
Let's go to
The
Robert. I think
smells.
she's talking about you, Robert. She doesn't think you use the shower that much, and you're just a walking germ, and an accident waiting to happen.
Lucky for me, I don't ever have big accidents, just little ones, and I know that germaphobe girl, what's her name, Playa or Beach or something. Anyway, sorry, I'm holding because my table broke, I think. Anyhow, I don't go in the shower anymore.
Yeah, what are you sitting on?
Giant turkey, I think.
Oh,
I don't know. Well, it's warm.
okay, that's weird. That's
Yeah.
That's the turkey dinner for tonight. You're sitting on the turkey dinner.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so greasy. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's people
So-
talking around us.
So when Sarah came into your room and she started flirting with you, I understand you fell through the window.
She pushed me. I mean, well, actually, she stood on my shoelace, and I tried to pull away, and then when she got real close, I melted, and then for some reason the window was there. I don't know. I thought about it after, couldn't figure it out, but I did use some duct tape.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go over to Matt.
I love
Matt.
you.
So Matt, you did have a little bit of a problem with Robert. What exactly happened with the accident-prone Robert and you when you were working out on the equipment? Can you unmute yourself?
Oh, typical roommates. They don't understand how much you have to work out for this. They'd get it right if they worked out too. The exercise, he described it well, but there's not really anything to discuss. He's a clumsy klutz who gets in my way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work out, and I mean it's everything that Sarah wants too. So I don't see why I don't see why I'm on trial here.
Oh, I'm not trying to make you on trial. I'm just trying to understand exactly what happened with Robert and the exercise equipment, because apparently you tried to pick up one of the barbells and it landed on your foot.
Yes, that did happen. Fortunately, I got out of the way just in time, but you gotta lift it up properly. You can't accidentally drop that. You can't. You can't just have. Sorry, I'm just really frustrated at this because I'm trying to put into words how much this incenses me. He yelled at me for this when he was the one who dropped it.
Right.
You know you're accident prone. Don't do that.
Right. And what was your feelings when Naya came and sprayed you down when you were starting to hug
Don't
Sarah?
get me started on that. It actually felt rather nice. Sometimes it feels nice to be cleaned.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to Sarah. So Sarah, obviously you like to flirt with all the guys, and what exactly happened with you and Matt?
Well, I love watching Matt work out and his Russian deadlifts and, his biceps when he makes a move out there in the gym. Anyways, I just hug him any chance I get, to be honest with you. And I even tried to get Robert to give me hugs, but bad things happened to him when that happened. So,
Well, I know he fell out the window as you were approaching.
yeah, I
to
don't
hug
really
him.
know what happened there. I think it just made him really nervous.
Yeah, well, I think from the video we saw, he backed. You kind of were coming onto him like a cat to hug him, and he backed out, butt first out the window on the second floor, landing in the pool.
I mean, I just like to initiate, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what happens afterwards, but
Well, now, what did you feel about when Naya came and sprayed you down when you started hugging Matt?
well, I feel like she's just gonna do what she's gonna do. Like I kind of appreciate the initiative. Anytime I get to take my shoes off and show off my toes. I mean, whatever she needs to do to keep everything at peace and everybody happy and clean. I mean, it's just one less step that I have to do with Matt. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Emily's a little upset at you because she actually likes Matt. So, Emily, do you want to talk to her for a second?
I think you're right. I think Matt is very built.
Mm-hmm.
Those deadlifts, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So you're interested in Matt?
Who wouldn't be? He's kind of a godsend.
But between you and me, like, who do you think looks better with Matt? Just being realistic.
I'm going to answer that with a question for you and just ask, are you flirty by nature or do you actually like him?
I mean, I like everybody. Honestly, I don't really have a type. I just like talking to them and make them feel good. And if they like it, then, well, looks like I have got myself a love interest. I don't know what you do. If you really want to make a move, you just got to do it.
I'm not saying I'm not social. I really am. I tend to like to go on a more of a subtle approach, I would probably say.
Subtle.
I don't just go full force because I don't want to freak them out.
So how's that working for you?
So, well, it kind of worked with Matt a little bit.
Well, let's find out, Matt. Let's bring Matt up on the screen for a second. Matt, both these ladies like you. Do you have any feelings for either one of them?
As long as they don't get in the way of my working out, I'm good. Sarah.
He always says that.
So you're kind of leaning towards Sarah, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
How do you feel about that, Emily?
Well, that's not what he said last night.
Oh. Wow.
Really?
Okay. So this is a little bit of a triangle we got going here in the house. Okay. Well, let me minimize you guys for a second. I'd like to bring up Naya and Robert. Robert, she's been spraying you down a lot. Do you want to talk to her about that?
Yeah, I'm out of clothes, and I'm tired of wearing dance stuff. It sticks to me.
Well, if you wouldn't get so dirty all the time, I wouldn't have to spray you all the time.
I can't use the shower no more because you're in there all the time.
Why can't you just spray yourself down with a hose? Or use some sanitizer for once?
I would, except my clothes are all wet. All the time.
Just dry them off with a hairdryer or something. I don't know. But sanitize the hairdryer before you dry them off.
I don't know how
It's filthy after
Sarah
Sarah puts the hairspray on it while she's using it. It's just...
Okay. All right. Well, listen, you guys. It's been
Just
really
tell
great.
you.
Go ahead and put your mute on there, Naya. So it's been great having all you guys living together. We're going to bring the cameras back in 30 more days from now. I'd like to see how these relationships develop between Sarah and Matt. I want to see how Emily's going to deal with this. And I want to see what more accidents may happen in the house. So we'll take care of that. We'll be back in 30 days. Thank you for letting us take our cameras into your house today. This is Reality House. Okay, we're going to move on to a do-over. Let's get Robert and Matt out here. Everybody else can minimize themselves. This is a game where every time I say do-over, they have to rephrase the noun or the whole sentence until I say nothing, then they'll move on. The two of them have gone to a flea market together. So they're brothers who are at a flea market. maybe looking for things for their houses. Okay, so go ahead and minimize me. We'll start with Robert talking at the flea market. Oh, you have to unmute if you want to talk. There you go.
Yeah, I guess I got to mute. Hey, Matsky.
Yeah.
I'm really thrilled. We're just getting me a new bedroom set, hopefully. I mean,
Do over.
tired of sleeping on the floor.
Do over.
He's stalling.
Matsky, I didn't get myself a new bedroom set. I'm tired of duct taping myself to the wall. You know.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cold at night.
Yeah, tell me about it. That is the worst possible. I mean, we have to cut it down every day. I'm just here to see if there's any good old computer stuff.
Do over.
I'm just here to see if they have any good lamps that are shaped like funny stuff.
Do over.
I just hope they sell weird thongs that contain treasures.
That's right. Last time you got one and it got stuck. Well, I'm not going to talk about how it got stuck. But anyway, you found that one that got stuck. It had that little attachment that you didn't know what it was for.
Do over.
Yeah.
You know, the last time you had that one, it had that greasy part and you put it on. I don't know.
Do over.
Well, last time you were here, you weren't looking for thongs. You were looking for those, what do they call it? Those big rubber bands you put around your sweetheart there. What do you call those things? Yeah,
Rubber
rings
bands?
or something.
Do
Yeah,
over. Do over,
ring
man.
around.
Elastic waistbands.
Do over.
Hot dogs.
It's true. You do like hot dogs. I know, because you're my only gay brother I got.
Do over.
You told me about that. You told me that you were my sister one time.
Do over.
Well, you told me that in your dreams, you always wanted to be flirtatious with Superman.
Yes, Superman. He's way better than anything Marvel pumps out.
Do over.
He's way better than anything you could find on your top shelf.
Do over.
He's way better than that jar of pickles I still need to eat.
That is true. I mean, we all like pickles in this family. Dill, sweet, doesn't matter. We like them all. We are the pickle family. You know that.
Do over.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
We are the bowling team. You know.
Do over.
Well, since we aren't Earthlings, they call us ETs on this planet. You know that.
yes. That would explain why those pants didn't fit.
Do over.
Huh. That would explain why I was too short to ride the ride.
Do over.
Huh. That explains why those people drive after me with pitchforks.
All right, that was do over. Very good, guys. All right. Now you're not from this planet. All right, let's bring out Emily and Sarah. I believe Naya has left the building. She was getting a bad internet connection. So Emily and Sarah will be doing Sing It. So let's bring them both out now. Okay. And Emily, come on out. And you guys are going to be doing a baby shower. All right. So Sarah's having her first baby. And her sister, Emily. Come on, Emily, turn your camera on. Will be with her. And they'll be doing a thing called Sing It. Every time I say Sing It, they're going to have to sing a little song about the last line I gave them. So I might say, tell me about that diaper, sing it, or whatever it may be. Okay? So let's get Emily out here. Oh, is Naya here? Come on, you can come out then too, Naya. Okay, there's Emily. Is Naya coming into the game? There she is. Okay. Okay, you can get rid of germaphobe and you can get rid of gossip if you guys want. Okay, so now this is going to be Sing It. You guys are doing a baby shower. Sarah is having a baby. Emily is her sister. And Naya is her first child. So she's having a second. So Naya's going to have a little sister. Okay, go ahead and minimize me. And this is called Sing It.
Yep. Any moment now. Can't believe I waited this long to figure it out. What it's going to be.
I want to know, Mama. Because if it's a girl, then I can share my room with it. But if it's a boy, I'm never, ever, ever letting it near me.
Ooh. We just got to figure out what this baby's going to be. Did you guys bring the balloons?
Sing it. Did you bring the balloons?
Did you bring my balloons? The one we're gonna pop, that's gonna be blue. Or is it gonna be pink? We don't know. Will they pop? Will they make everybody's heart stop? But this baby gonna make me pop. Ooh.
Mama,
Yes.
can't Auntie Emily just tell me what the baby is?
This is part of the whole entire party. It's a surprise.
But you've been carrying this thing for a long time, and you still haven't told me.
Sing it. You still haven't told me.
You still haven't told me if it's gonna be a baby sister or baby brother. You still haven't told me whether I will love it or hate it. And you still haven't told me what it will be. What will it be? You still haven't told me.
Well, that's only because I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be either.
Who knows then, Mommy?
Well, we were supposed to have balloons here that we're supposed to pop. And whatever was inside was going to tell us. If we don't have the balloons, then we are not going to know.
Where are the balloons?
And we were supposed to be in charge of that.
Okay, they should show up sometime. I put the order in like a few hours, like yesterday.
Didn't you go to Party City like I asked? This is the worst baby shower ever.
I did. I think they messed up the order.
Sing it. I think they messed up the order.
I think they messed up the order. I asked for the color of one of the two colors. They never got back to me, so maybe I need to call them again. I think they messed up the order. I think they need to get back to me. It's too late now to apologize on either end.
So wait, don't you know what it's going to be then? You're going to be able to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know. I thought the
Sing
balloons
it.
would
Trio. I do know.
I do know that I told the doctor to tell Emily.
The doctor did tell me.
I do know that if I get a baby brother, I'm not gonna like it. And that you should tell me it's a girl.
We're going to leave it up to Emily to tell us the
Please
truth.
tell us.
I guess I have to tell you now. It's gonna be a surprise. At the end of this tune, I'm gonna blow your mind. It's a girl.
Oh,
And that was Sing It.
no.
They got their girl. Naya got her dream come true. She's got her little sister. Okay, guys, let's bring everybody back up for eulogy. Now, Knife has passed away, and each one of our performers here will put next to their name what they are in relation to Knife. Are they fork? Are they spoon? Are they steak? Are they butter? Anything that Knife could come in contact with. Dish soap. What would they put up? We have fork up here now. We have cutting board. We have chicken. We have butter. And we have dish soap. Well, guys, I really appreciate you all coming out to Knife's eulogy today. It's a very sad day. I mean, we all need knives, especially when we're eating. But we've lost our knife. And Now we're going to have very sharp forks or sharpen up a spoon or something. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to be able to eat without knife. So I appreciate you all coming out. Let's start with Fork. Can you please start this? Because I know that you were one of his best friends.
Fork was one of my best friends. Me and Spoon, my brother Spoon, we're very close with Knife, and it doesn't really make sense without him anymore. I can't cut anything anymore. I can't cut anything. I just miss him so much. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Fork. I know this is a very, very emotional day for you. Let's go to dish soap.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Knife was sharp. He was always at the right edge. He knew to cut through things the right way. I counted on Knife in many things in my career, and I am sick. I'm sick of losing Knife from my life. My team is no longer at the point, at the sharp leading edge of our platoon. So Knife, I'm out for you, but I can't live without you, if you know what I mean. Missing you from this very moment. Semper Fi, buddy. Semper Fi.
Thank you, dish soap. Let's go over to Butter.
That was Knife was. I was always the least needed one. Anyone could cut butter with anything, but he used me with that. I never got to tell him how much I appreciated him. But all I can tell is that he can hear me now. You did good, bro.
Thank you, Butter. Let's go to Chicken.
Oh, Knife, to this day, I will miss you so. I miss the way you would gently cut into me, especially with your soft, edgy serration to you. You have been nothing but an amazing utensil friend, and I loved every minute we've spent together.
Thank you very much, Chicken. Let's go to Cutting Boards, one of Knife's dear friends.
Chicken, you know how it felt when Knife would use me to cut you. Oh, man, what's the point of using me anymore, man? You could just use plates now. This is so stupid. Oh, I'm pointless. I'm truly pointless without Knife. I don't know how to go.
Well, Spoon has set up a little reception in the other room. Everything has been pre-cut. All the cheese and everything has been pre-cut. We got slices. We didn't get extra cheese. We have pre-cut slices we got from the store and everything. So everything's ready for us to go out and have a little fun. I'm sorry, Fork. I know it's a very emotional day for you. So thank you all for joining us for the eulogy of Knife. Okay, we're going to move on to a talk show. Let's minimize all these guys. Go ahead and minimize yourself. I'll be calling you out individually. Go ahead and turn your, there you go. Okay, so this is a strange talk show. You know, what I have a wide range of very unusual people here. And we're going to start out with Robert. So if Robert could come out here right now. Each one of these guys has some sort of special, unique power or something. So Robert, and just to remind everybody, go ahead and take off your things from the last game if you could. So Robert, you see dead people?
Yes, it's true. I see dead people.
Okay, so do they look like us, or are they ghost-like? You can see through them. What exactly do you see?
They change and they're different. Each one's has its own trait. For example, I already see a glow about you right now, so I know your time is coming. You have a secondary body traveling about you. It's very obvious to me. And if you like, I can talk to your almost dead self, if you like, and have him, you actually, tell me what him will actually be like when you're actually dead, if you like.
Well,
Or
actually, I'm
possibly
not sure I want
if-
to know that yet. That's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I didn't realize I was that close to death. So you're saying before people die, there's a glow around them?
Absolutely. It's a field of energy that's sort of transcending from your current spiritual, in your case, not very spiritual self. And it becomes and morphs right behind you and around you, usually in a large glowing kind of rainbow effect that glitters for me. Glitters is a new word. Glitters about thee. And upon your death, I will immediately be able to communicate with that individual. Of course, you cannot be communicated with because you'll be dead. But
Okay. I didn't see this interview going this direction, but now that we're there, I guess I'll have to deal with this. But let me ask you this. Do you see any people like, how far back can you see dead people? I mean, let's say someone died 100 years ago. Can you see them? Or
100
is that,
years,
how many?
1,000 years. I know
Thousands.
2,000, 3,000 years. I have spoken to Cleopatra and Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, who was actually a giant. People don't realize that. I talked to Hitler just after his death. Queen Elizabeth I, she was very anxious to speak to me. Lots and lots and lots of people. I like to see and hear what they now experience, and they feel the honesty, genuine honesty I provide to them, and the ability to communicate with their current losses of their family because they can't speak to them anymore.
Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Excuse me, I'm
Yes,
gonna
I
sneeze.
will be
I'm just
soon
my
on the other
glow.
side.
I hope I don't die soon. Thank you, Robert. We're going to bring out now Naya. So Naya, you have the power that you can start fires with your eyes? Okay.
Yes, that's very true, actually.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
It's very difficult. When I was younger, I set obviously a lot of things on fire because I couldn't control anything. Like I could look at anything and just it would turn to flames. So I started wearing sunglasses, and then I started taking classes like yoga and meditation to help me control it. And now not everything I look at burns immediately unless I want it to burn. It's much
Right,
better.
but you've done a few good things too. You've set up campfires when people didn't have matches. You were able to start fires that way, and I know the fire department uses you sometimes to do maintenance of their forestry by clearing some dead stuff.
Yes, I figure that if I have anything that can help people, starting people who don't have any money to buy firewood, helping the fire department with all sorts of things, demolition, cremation, even sometimes.
Wow.
If I can help in any way, I just want to be able to use what I have for better.
Mm-hmm. There was one bad experience though, where the teacher gave you a bad grade in third grade, and you burnt down the classroom.
Yes, that was during a time where I could not control anything very well, and my fires also can be triggered a little by my emotion, and I was not happy about that, but I helped rebuild the school, so.
That's very good. Well, thank you very much. And if you do need to leave now, because I know you said you had another appointment with your fire eyes, feel free to do that. If not, we'll see you in a little while. Let's bring out Matt. So Matt, you can time travel?
Yes, I told you. Yes, I can. You want to know how?
Yes, please. How do you do this?
I can't tell you how. It's a secret.
Well, I thought
If this were to come out, anyone could time travel, which means that everything. I'm just joking. Everything's predetermined. Remember, when you go back in time to change stuff, you already technically changed it.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. I mean, like, everyone talks about going back in time to kill Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of time travel people all tried. They all failed.
Okay, so,
So,
give us
yeah.
some of the places you've traveled back to.
I traveled back to Pompeii before the volcano erupted.
Mhm.
It's pretty boring. No one spoke the language. Nobody spoke my language, and there were no video games.
Oh,
I also went to Sarajevo in 1914. Really, really caught a glimpse of a bad shootout. I think
wow.
it started a war or something. But I wasn't really paying attention. I was too busy focusing on my keys jingling.
Well, do you ever go back to something nice? It sounds like you're going back to tragedies.
I did go back in time. Well, I mean, it's comfortable here. I did go back in time um, to the moon landing. It's pretty boring. I had
Wow.
to wake up in the middle of the night.
Now,
Ooh, we landed on the
some people
moon.
say that was staged.
It wasn't.
Okay,
I was there.
Okay, you were there.
I mean, like, it would take a lot of effort to fake that,
Okay.
especially because I went back in time and saw all the research.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can you travel it into the future as well?
No,
Just
sorry.
back. Okay.
That's only back, which means yeah. Although I can go back to the present, it's not like I'm stuck there.
Okay. All right. Well,
That
thank
would
you.
have been yeah. Someone made that mistake. No one's seen him since.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm going to bring out Emily right now. Thank you, Matt. So Emily has got a fantastic power. You can move objects with your mind. How do you do that?
The technical term for what you're describing is telekinesis.
Okay.
So how it works is, well, everything is technically like metaphysical, as in I imagine what I want to move in my mind.
Mhm.
I can either use my finger and do a wave motion to get something to move, or I just really focus on an object with my fingers to my head and get it to move.
Can you move something for us now that might be around you?
Okay. You see this tea bag
Yes.
in this little tray.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to have it right here.
Okay. See it? You can see the tea bag.
I'm going to attempt to do the tea bag and the little tea coaster.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, it's amazing. Now, what's the heaviest thing you can move? Is there a weight restriction, or could you move like cars or tanks or dumpsters? What can you move?
I started developing this skill about a few years ago when I learned I had it, and I haven't gotten up to a tank yet. I think that's a little too heavy to try to just rush into trying to move.
Okay.
So I start with smaller objects of lesser weight before I get up there.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you, Emily. That was quite a nice show of your abilities. I'm going to bring out now Sarah, and Sarah, Sarah. So you can predict the future. Now, how are you able to do this?
Ooh, predicting the future. I already knew you were going to ask me about 2024.
Oh, so what's going to happen in 2024?
United States is going to win the Olympics.
Uh-huh. Wow. Now, give us some of the things that you've predicted that have come true. That we already know. In other words, like, let's go back 10 years ago, for example. What did you predict in the last 10 years that all came true?
Well, I knew, for instance, the internet would take over.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that everyone was going to become attached to their phones. I
Okay.
tried telling lawmakers not to do it, but they thought I was crazy because at the time it was flip phones. They couldn't imagine it.
Wow. Anything in history that you predicted?
Hmm.
You know, like maybe
There's
the
just been
elections
so
or
many instances. I've lost track, but I would say the most interesting was the use of chalk.
really?
Yes,
I'm not
I
sure
did.
what you mean by that.
Oh, well, chalk is used for everything, whether it's drawing a straight line or it is used by children or if it's used in crime scenes. I've predicted the use of chalk when Crayola decided that they wanted to start making crayons.
Oh, so you predicted that chalk would be bigger than crayon.
I did.
Wow.
Just different use, of course.
That makes
Look at
sense.
it. It's on people's walls now. It's on little nightstands. It's on tiny graveyards, all over the place.
Okay, give us one thing that's going to happen, say, for me tomorrow.
You'll be stuck in traffic.
That's true.
However, you're going to somehow manage to get into the HOV lane, whether or not you have a second person with you.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you so much. That's really good. I don't think they call them out here HOVs, but
Oh, they will.
they will. By tomorrow, they'll be called the HOV lane.
High occupancy vehicle. Yep.
Oh, I didn't. Wow. You are really very good at predicting. Okay, well, I thank you for coming on my show, Sarah. And this is the Ken Scove Show. It's got some very unusual people on here today, and hopefully you guys all learned a little bit about that. Let's move on now to Translators. We're going to have, let's see, Robert. What we'll do is we'll have you translate Sarah, and let's have Naya will translate Emily. Okay, so come on out, Emily. Okay, now, so we'll put the two people, Robert is one of the translators, again, of Sarah, and Naya is going to translate Emily. And so this is an infomercial. You guys are selling a new beauty cream that can stop aging. Okay, the new beauty cream that stops aging. It's called Ageless. Okay, I'm going to minimize myself. We'll start off with the gibberish of Sarah, and Robert will translate as they do their infomercial for us about the Ageless cream, starting with Sarah's gibberish.
As you can see, the molding of my skin is so pure, like the popping of corn. Pop, 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 pop.
Je me pop, je me pop. Je me lemina. Dibidoo, ja, juji, ja, di, da.
As you can see, I have also tried this miracle cream, and I am 57, but as you can tell, I look much younger. You see, normal creams, they didn't work for me. What worked for me was this new rejuvenal facial cream.
Placing the cream upon my face, one on one side, one's on the other side. And voila, I am like a peach just before you eat it.
It seems like we've lost our regular programming. Can you hear me, Emily? Oh, it was your turn to do some gibberish.
Jimmy do, jibila, dibidoo, dibida.
And so I think this interview really proves that this cream is rejuvenating, exfoliating, and makes you look as amazing as I do.
Di sini papa sini bab boop blah blue. Miwa.
So I had my contact on my finger and I went like this and it fell off and I thought I'd eaten it and I felt my mustache and my little goatee, but nothing was there. So I'm asking for your help.
Jimmy, Jimmy da, Doobie Jabby Jag.
I mean, it feels really good when you're applying it across the forehead as well, you know, around that part of your T, you know, the T of your face.
Muy amo la manita manini mani amo.
So when I use the product, all my boyfriends come and lick my face. And they stay away from my body. They just lick my face. And I just love it. It's amazing.
Jimmy Jabba Jubby G. Jibby Jabba do. Jibby Ja. Ja Ja. Oh.
Every time someone sees me on the street, they're always, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. What products are you using? Or is this natural? And, you know, I say most of this is natural. You know me. But I always tell them about the cream I use to really bring out my inner beauty and my outer beauty as well. So everyone's always, oh, you're so amazingly beautiful.
Well, that was our translation of an infomercial from a foreign country about the ageless beauty cream. Thank you all. Let's stay out here, Emily. We're going to bring Matt out here now for a game called Programming. So come on out, Matt. And every time that they go click, they'll switch to a different character voice, but they're always going to be on a blind date together. So the scene's going to be about a blind date. Matt, you'll start the blind date, and I'll minimize myself. And then again, every time they go click, they'll switch to a different character, but they'll always be on a blind date. This is called programming.
It's good to finally meet you.
Yeah, it is nice to finally get to meet you and put the name to the face.
Yeah. Click. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really see a problem with that. It was always really nice to meet you. It was nice to finally talk to you after all this time.
Click. Yeah, of course. You seem really cool on the phone, so I'm glad I got to finally meet you in person.
So, what do you usually do in your free time?
Click. I usually like to play a lot of music. I play piano, I sing, I dance. I also like to rap. How about you?
I tend to be heavily into video games and weird, obscure movie stuff. It's what I'm passionate about.
Click. What kind of obscure movies are you thinking of?
Sorry. I would rather not say. It's not porn, but weird movies that no one heard of.
Click. Oh, I didn't automatically think you were talking about porn.
Yeah, well, if I say I don't feel comfortable talking about it, people are going to make assumptions.
Click. Okay, I guess I kind of understand that. Like, I watch really weird movies sometimes. They're more action comedy based.
Yeah, those aren't really these kinds of movies. These are weird, like, low-budget exploitation stuff from before I was born. I just get a kick out of watching it.
Click. I got you. Okay, cool. I think the weirdest comedy I've ever probably watched is either Austin Towers or Napoleon Dynamite. I've seen that one at least 8 times.
Click.
Full for Pedro.
Those ones are weird to you? You aren't even scratching the surface of how weird movies can get. Just,
Click.
oh, sorry.
I just mean the comedy, it's off its rocker in there. I could go on about all these different kind of movies.
All right, well, that was programming. Got to see a wide range of very strange individuals talking about weird movies. I think you're the perfect date couple. All right, let's bring out Robert and Sarah. We're getting down to the last game or two. It's called 185. It's a pun game. 185, so let's say number 2 pencil. 185 number 2 pencils walk into the bar. Bartender says, we don't serve pencils here. And the pencils say, we just want to go number 2. Okay? So it's just a play on pun game on words. Okay, so the first one's going to be 185 doctors. Come on back out, Matt. 185 doctors walk into a bar, and it can be any kind of doctor you want. So it could be a pediatrician, neurologist, whatever you want. Okay, so 185 doctors walk into a bar. Anybody got something for that? Okay, Robert.
185 nephrologists go into a bar and look around and say, hey, bartender, can we have a drink? Bartender says, no, we don't serve necrologists around here. They all look at each other and they all say, hey, that's a kick in the old kidney, isn't it?
All right, who's next? 185 doctors. Anybody got one? Oh, Robert's got another one. Okay, go for it.
185 birthing doctors go into a bar and they say, bartender says, we don't serve birthing doctors. They look at each other and say, well, it's just like birth, sometimes in, sometimes out. Just gotta wait.
Anybody got one? 185? 185 proctologists walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve proctologists here. The proctologists say, but. Okay, anybody got one? Okay, Matt.
185 cardiologists walk into a bar. They say to the bartender, we'll each get a beer. And he said, sorry, I should have told you. I should have told you we're closed. Well, why didn't you tell us before? Because I didn't have the heart.
All right, everybody got one?
185 chiropractors walk into the bar. The bartender says, we don't serve chiropractors here. And they say, well, we don't crack your spines or drink your wines either.
185 dentists walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve dentists here. The dentists say that's racist. Okay. Anything else? Anybody got one?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Emily?
185 orthodontists walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve, we're closed. The orthodontists say, okay, fine, just brace yourself before something happens.
All right, Robert's got another one. Go ahead, Robert.
185 osteopaths go into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve osteopaths. And the osteopaths look at him and say, well, it's breaking it to us easy.
Emily?
185 therapists walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve therapists here, we're closed. The 185 therapists say, did something happen to you recently? Do you want to talk about it?
All right, I got to give one. I'll go ahead, Robert.
185 urologists go into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve urologists. They all look at each other. He's breaking our balls again.
185 neurologists walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve neurologists here. The neurologists say, we're just looking for some head. Okay, I think that's our show. Okay, this is our Sunday 11 a.m. show, Pacific Standard Time team. I'm Ken Scove. Give it up for Robert.
Hi, guys.
And Sarah, you made it through your first show. Congratulations.
Yay.
And Emily, I believe this is your second show. Congratulations.
Yes, thanks.
Yay.
And Matt is now a veteran of many shows.
Yes, this was awesome.
All right, well, we're going to see this same team back in 4 weeks from today with a fuller cast, because they're going to have up to about 10 people in the cast next time around. We got some really good people joining them. We would actually have a gentleman from Poland coming, so we're going to be international. Yes, we have a Poland person. Okay, he's going to start with us next week. Vera will be back next week, And we have a new lady named Kelsey, and Travis will be back, and maybe even Miranda. So again, I'm Ken Scove. Thank you guys for watching our live YouTube show. We'll see you in 4 weeks.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Ooh.